What's up? It's bright outside, so sunglasses back on. Um, but not to like brag or anything, but I don't need glasses to see. Yeah, I have a 20/20 vision, and sorry for you out there who need glasses and don't have 20/20 vision. But since we're in 2020, everyone has 20/20 vision right now, right? But more importantly, because we're halfway through 2020, we have 2020 hindsight. And of course, hindsight's always 2020. When you look back on past events, you always know exactly what you should have, should not have, or could have done better. Um, Shoulda, coulda, and woulda, right? I don't know. The first, really deep memory I have of hindsight is Captain Hindsight from South Park. Yeah, that's a great show. If you haven't seen South Park, go watch it. But more importantly, Captain Hindsight shows up to this burning building and says, well, obviously we needed fire escapes on both sides of the tower, and that roof next to the burning building should have been reinforced to support a helicopter. And while it's all good, that all really should have helped, would have helped, we totally could have done all of that stuff, it didn't happen. And so the building was still on fire. Hindsight only helps so much, because if we would have or I guess if the people of South Park would have done that to the building that they burnt down and then rebuilt, hopefully, maybe those people will be fine next time there's a fire. 2020 is on fire though, right? January, America started by murdering a general overseas. Bold move, totally paid off. We haven't heard from them. They haven't been mad at us in a while. They're stuck in revolution or something. But 2020 hindsight, right? January was a start. It's a start every year. January is always how we start the years. But this January seemed aggressive, or more aggressive, right? I don't know. I don't really pay attention usually, because a year by itself isn't a whole thing yet. But this year has been so compact that 6 months is more than enough to joke about. So if we move on to February, when we discovered China had a virus, yeah, that's not great. And then everyone else got that virus. And then 2020 became 20 quarantine. It has been pretty nice, actually. I've still gotten to go outside though, because I wasn't in lockdown. I was just in please stay at home. For those of you in lockdown, sorry to hear that. For those of you who never experienced lockdown, congratulations. 2020 treated you well. But then something else happened, right? We had those murder hornets that no one really talks about anymore because they just dipped afterwards. But then we had another black guy die, which was not good. Not good at all. In fact, it was so not good that everyone who was stuck inside decided this is a good reason to go outside and be angry. And I agree, that is a good reason to go outside and be angry. But I don't have a dog in the fight, so I'm just gonna stay inside my house, hopefully not get corona, right? But are enough people thinking like that? Probably not. So, I don't know. I guess in retrospection, 2020, we probably should have treated our people nicer. We probably should have closed down America a little faster. We probably shouldn't have denied that was a bad idea. That staying open was a bad idea. And I bet in a month or two from now, we're all going to agree that we should have stayed closed. But we're not there yet. And we're talking about hindsight right now. So, in hindsight, all those dirty cops should never have been hired. All those rioters should have stayed inside. All those protesters should have stayed 6 feet apart, because corona has a 14-day incubation period, And so I bet in like a week from now, we're going to see a large spike in all those cities that had really big protests. Not a good thing, not a bad thing. It just is a thing. And hopefully all those people at the protests are in the demographic that's surviving Corona. But I also hope that they're not mutating it when they get it. But that's a future foresight. That's some foresight. But we're talking about hindsight. And so, I guess it really boils down to what was the tipping point in 2020? Like, what made 2020 an automatically bad year? Some people might say Kobe died, and that, like, shook the world. But I'm going to take a little step further and say we never should have released the Cats movie. I know, I'm sorry. It's not a good movie. I haven't seen it, I won't see it. Just seeing the trailer is enough for nightmares. But if we go back in time, when we discover time travel, and we stop the Cats movie from ever being made, 2020 might be the best year. I'm just convinced we're in the bad timeline right now. And if you don't understand timelines, I'm so sorry. I'll explain those in a future video. But right now, we're just talking about hindsight. So, when I look behind me in time, there's a lot I could have done differently, sure. But society is doing a lot wrong too. So is it really my fault that I'm doing wrong? Or is it just something in the air that we're all doing something wrong? I think it's the second one, but that just makes me feel better about myself. So, I guess with all this newly found hindsight of what we could have, should have, and would have done if we would have known, we could start planning for a better 2021, right? Or like we can even save the last half of 2020, can't we? Because we're like almost halfway through 2020. We're like 5 months and a few days in. That's not half a year yet. But also, we still have summer when like a lot of people want to go to beaches, which is cool. But don't get sick. We also have August and September, and hopefully football comes back. But again, if they're gonna let us go see the football games, hopefully it's one person and then 2 empty seats, and then the next person, or like one party even. Like if you want to buy 4 seats next to each other, just have like 2 seats around you that are closed, and the 4 seats behind you should be closed. But money, money is just driving society right now. Money's not even real, but that's a different video. Hindsight, foresight. What do we want to see in the future? I don't want to see a lockdown again. I don't have control over that. I do want to see more protests. I want to see less riots. I want to see better grades, but that's just a personal thing. But I'm also going to blame Corona on that a little bit, because when you shove someone online who's been doing well in person, do you expect them to do good online? Because I checked out. I don't do well if no one's in front of me telling me I need to do this. Figure out what I was talking about. Oh. I want to see not a sequel to Cats. I kind of wish I had a 2020 vision. Not like really good eyesight, but like I kind of wish that I would have done like a really cool drug, right? And seen something that would have warned me about what was going to happen. And I could have prepared a little better. But I didn't get a warning. Didn't get a 2020 vision. A lot of people probably didn't get a 2020 vision. And honestly, if you did get a 2020 vision and you saw this happening, shame on you for not telling everyone else. And if you did tell everyone else and no one listened, I'm so sorry. But I doubt that person's out there that saw what was going to happen and then prepared and didn't tell anyone. I also don't believe that this is the end of it, the end of 2020. There's a bee near my ear. 2020 is halfway over. We know that for a fact. If is there a revolution about to start? Revolution makes me excited. I don't know. If I get to be a part of history, sounds great. Sounds so cool. For the longest time, the biggest thing I wanted was to be in a textbook. But like my name. So if I go down, if 2020 goes down in history as the worst year of all time, like it is planning on, then my name's not gonna be in there. It's just gonna be the group of people in the revolution, and I don't really want that. So I'm still gonna try my best, even after society collapses, to find something new in math. But that's just like a personal thing, right? Anyway, I hope your 2020 vision is a lot better than mine, because my 2020 vision is of revolution. It's probably not going to happen. Society's probably just going to bounce back. Fingers crossed, right? Trump or Biden, right? That's not a good choice. Give me better options, please. Yeah. So, I guess that's 2020 in hindsight right now. I'll get back to you by the end of the year. We'll see if it got better. Probably not. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.